you like trade shifts with people and then you're just like off for a week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing that right now.
That's sweet.
I'm on spring break.
Yeah, you just like double up so much. You ruin your.
Did double Monday, Tuesday.
This is a restaurant podcast.
And basically, I mean, whatever.
Who cares?
Who cares? I'm already rolling. So oh yeah.
Cheers.
Sick. Cheers, man. Yeah. No, I just.
That's what retiring in a restaurant is you work.
Yeah.
You work doubles for a week and then you retire the next week, and then you go back. You go back at it.
The moment you come back, you're reminded just how fucked up it is to work in a restaurant again.
You know, if you're interested, we're hiring.
Are you?
Yeah, and
again,
we're doing a huge hire,
dude. I think
I dropped your name in the hat.
I think I'm in.
And the manager likes that you're at Roberta's too. Ah, fuck. Am I not supposed to?
I don't know. No, don't. I
no
longer.
They're not lit. They don't care. I talk about my work all the time.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not. It's fine.
Yeah,
I still like the owner of Roberta's, or one of the owners. Like, he's like a cool guy, but I'm just like, I'm done. Like, it's gotten to be such a fucked up place now where I'm just like.
Well, he was surprised because you think you guys. It seems like you guys are just hiring like some.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. I don't want to get too crazy. Let me finish one Bud Light before.
Dude, let's get all right.
Before
let's get
double cheers.
I'm going to be on beer tonight. I have no spots.
It's fucking beer time.
I know.
Can I tell you? Oh, I gotta tell you a really good story. You're gonna like this one.
All right, you tell me that. I got one that like I probably shouldn't say on a podcast, really but I'm gonna do it.
That's beautiful.
I'm gonna do it, and I want to preface this for Matt's friends that listen to this for Matt's friends that listen to this podcast and keep disagreeing with my takes, which. Someone's got to have some hot ones.
Yeah, it drives engagement, which is what this is all about.
Yeah. Also, speaking of hot ones, what about it's the show Hot Ones, but it's vapes instead.
Oh, my brother had a really good idea.
Yeah.
You told me that one.
Okay.
He was
you get more nicked out.
You get more nicked out. His was you just drink piss at different levels of dehydration. So it's like, first one is like, that's basically water.
Yeah, a guy who's hungover piss.
The 10th is just hungover, vodka Red Bull, and like soft pretzel diet piss.
Mm-hmm. But if I'm gonna say some crazy shit after you, just be everyone be cool.
I think that'll be fine. I feel like
all right.
You know what's crazy? Some of my parents' friends listen to the podcast. I'm like, you're about to retire
to your podcast. I'm the Scottie Pippen of this.
I can't believe that like someone who's about to turn 60 like is like ready for the twilight of their life is just like,
yeah.
I wonder what Matt has to say about boners. Like so far, and I'm honestly trying to change it, but I've never said like a smart thing. I wonder what maybe that's what it is they wish they could sort of go back to being stupid.
Yeah, well, this podcast, we're so dumb, it's just gonna kind of lobotomize you.
Yeah. It's
a slow lobotomy.
I think we're a good dumb though. We're a good dumb.
Two good dumbs make a smart.
Two good dumbs does kind of make a smart.
Two dumbs make a smart. You know how
Did I ever tell you that in another life, I wish like if things were like worse for me, right? I wish I could just be a kid that hangs out at the dump. That's like kind of just my thing.
Oh yeah,
like
rummage.
Yeah, but also like I know the guys that like work it. Like I just kind of hang out by the compactor.
Well, you'd probably work there if you hang out at the dump long enough. You get a job.
Yeah, no, it's like the hang of comedy, Like you hang out.
If you stick around, that's how you get a career at the dump.
Yeah, you
show up.
You chill around the booker of the dump.
Yeah,
and then eventually he starts throwing you some spots to move garbage from one place
crush
to
a car
another.
in a little cube.
Sanitation
We're gonna be
workers-
burping. This whole podcast, is
Dude,
gonna be
this
like,
is-
dude. So this thing I was.
We're ripping.
Yo.
Okay, so this is a working in hospitality story. Coolest gig I've ever done was I worked this wedding for these like super rich people in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
It was like an hour outside of Auckland, and these people were so rich. That
Were you like? Was this like a wedding? Were you just doing weddings, or is just like a
yeah? So this
one-off?
was my manager for the bar that I worked at, or one of the bars that I worked at, had his own bartending catering gig. So you just go to like weddings, holiday party, like whatever it was. He would like bring his booze. They'd like contract him out.
Sick.
And I got paid under the table. So first burp getting loose.
Dude.
So and he would like just like pay me under the table. So like no taxes, just fucking chilling.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, New Zealand government. I really wanted to pay him, but you know.
Yeah, you guys are doing enough socialism over there.
Yeah, I got to take it back.
Yeah.
So they got us our own Airbnb. All the workers, all the like catering people, we got our own Airbnb.
Dude, that's
like
so
just
sick.
down the street.
Dude, that's like kind of hot. That's like because there's already like sexual tension. You know what I mean?
I got a engaged woman's number, and then I texted her, and she didn't get back to me. She
said she has prior engagements.
She was like, I shouldn't be doing this, like everyone.
So
and then she gave me the number. Then, I miss her.
Fuck yeah.
But so anyway, I got very drunk that night. My boss and his friend leave me at the bar by myself for like 45 minutes to go do coke somewhere with dude, because my friend, my boss got contracted out by like some other like bigger catering company. And she was friends with the bride. So at one point she just goes, if you guys want, you guys can drink with us. They're cool. They're going to be chill with
You're behind bar.
Yeah. And I'm literally just taking like the drinks that we have and then like just doing shots and like drinking with everyone else.
Yeah. You're pouring 3 and then 1 for yourself.
And so like,
how old are you?
20. At the time I'm 22.
Nice.
I'm feeling good.
Oh man.
I can't say how cool it was.
Yeah. That's how when I was a bartender when I was 19, I was on that.
It was magnificent. Anyway, we get super drunk. The next day I'm at the Airbnb. I wake up at like 7 a.m. after like 3 hours of sleep. I am so violently hungover.
Were you dancing?
I was, dude.
Did you like hit like?
So I don't remember most of the night. One thing I do remember is that we're still like.
Don't people from New Zealand like get fucked up?
Yeah, and it's like the drinking culture there is that like you go.
It's like similar to I feel like it's similar to like the Midwest.
Yeah, honestly, they have very similar drinking laws to the Midwest, where it's like you can drink if you're underage if you're chaperoned by a parent. I've seen kids that are 15 in bars fucking tying one on.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know this because you're West Coast, and probably and then your friends who listen are West Coast. In Wisconsin, if you can bring your if you're with a minor under 18, if you're their parent. You can bring them to a bar and they can get served. This is real.
I know.
But if you're between the ages of 18 and 21, you can't get served because you're an adult.
Oh,
so they can't claim you. So I remember my grandpa, he would take me to a bar.
You'd have to have fake ID
I would
saying
have beers,
that you're 17.
Literally. Well, I was at a bar. So my grandpa takes me to a bar in Wisconsin and to try to get me a beer. Because that's my boy.
Yeah, because he's the coolest guy ever.
Because he wants to drink. Dude, imagine like being like 80 and being like, I'm really trying to tie one on with my 16-year-old grandson.
Dude,
such like a funny vibe. Anyways, but then when I was 18, they wouldn't serve me. They were like, let me see your ID, and I was 18, and they're like, you can't drink because you're an adult.
That's
and I was like. What? And they're like, if you were a child, you could.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a
insane.
gap where you can't, because you have autonomy over yourself, and that's against, and it's still, the legal drinking age is still 21 in the whole
So
country.
if an adult makes a kid drink, we're good.
Well, yeah, that's your property.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's basically how it's like viewed. It's like you can do what you will with your property, which is the child you're with.
Mm-hmm. That's fire.
That's sick, dude. There should be more. The America's great because every country has state has like a weird like Wild West law.
Yeah.
There's like many states have like a weird little like
where they just go, hey, this one's just for us.
Right, because like the whole idea of this country is like, shut the fuck, let me do what I do.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do.
I mean, the fact that there's 50
Except
states.
New York. New York's not like that.
50 states is like, it's too many.
Yeah.
A lot of those could be consolidated.
We could cut a few out.
But not even cut a few out, just like
we could
merge.
cut some from the team.
For sure. We could trim fat, obviously.
Yeah, we could trim some fat.
But
yeah.
Fucking I wake up hungover. That's awesome also. Just so cool.
Yeah, drinking at the bar.
But the cutoff's 18.
First time I got drunk was at a wedding when I was like 13 or 14.
That's impressive.
Show up to a Wisconsin wedding. I got relative, I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm a big city kid. I'm a big Midwest city kid.
Big Midwest.
But yeah, I go to Wisconsin for a cousin's wedding, and my grandpa looks at me. He's like, Tom, why don't you go? He's like, I'm with my dad, and he's like, Tom, why don't you get yourself a beer? And I look at my dad, and my dad's like, go get yourself a beer. And he's like, he hands me a 20. It's free beer, but he's like, give the bartender 20 though. You'll get served all night. And so like probably a 21-year-old kid is serving another child a beer.
Yeah.
It's just children on children violence.
I think that's what I've noticed working in hospitality as long as I have, is that so many of us do not care, like at all.
Oh yeah.
Like you kind of realize that when you start going to other restaurants, once that like clicks for you, where you like realize most of these people don't give a shit whatsoever. Yeah. One person likes to be the cop of the place.
I hate that fucking person.
But
that's so annoying. Yeah. Sorry to tangent.
No. It's I wake up.
Sorry to tangent on a podcast.
Sorry to fill up time.
Yeah. Sorry to talk about nothing.
You're wild for that.
This is scripted, by the way.
God, can you imagine?
This is a scripted show. We've been working on this for weeks.
That's why it's taken so long for us to reconvene.
Have another one.
We've been doing multiple rewrites.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wake up 7 a.m, 3 hours of sleep, very hungover. I'm like, when you like, it's one of those hangovers where you feel like your soul has left you, like you're shattered.
I haven't had one of those in months.
I haven't allowed myself to get to that place.
I haven't had one of those in like many months, many months. I've been very responsible about my drinking, but I got a dog in me tonight, man. I'm telling you, I might have
that. You gonna bring him back?
I might have that moment this evening, so we'll see. But
so I'm like, I'm on this like big kick of like cold water will like save me. So I'm like, I'm gonna run into the beach, and I'm like stumbling,
which is a little bit true.
Sometimes, yeah, cold water can like
you're cold plunging. It's an adrenaline. You shock your body with adrenaline
for sure. And I'm like halfway down the beach, and I like have to throw up now. And
wow.
I'm trying to decide whether I like go back to the garbage cans behind me, or I go forward towards the beach. And I panic, and I don't know what to do. And I know that I'm about to throw up. So I literally like get down on my knees, and I start digging myself a hole in the sand. And I fucking throw up into the sand, and then I just cover it up like I'm a bad dog. And then I look behind me, and there's like a family. It's like taking out their like 3-year-old kid. And I'm like, oh, that is terrible. And then I swear to God, dude, I'm still like, I'm going to go get in the water. The water is a perfect temp. It's like 70. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful temperature. I get nothing from it. I'm just sitting down in the water as like waves are like hitting me in the face. My friend who like brought me along.
Dude, I bet your face looked fucked up.
Dude, he has a picture of me where I'm literally just like
it's like the salt.
I look like I'm a war victim. Like I look like I probably have like a fucking leg that got cut off, and I'm just like stuck in the beach, just like just fucking
like
like
being a kid, and you just see a grown ass man,
just 1,000 miles
just like
stairs.
Fuck.
I wonder what the parents even.
Yeah, what do you say?
Yeah, what do you say?
I'd rather There's all this talk about like, oh, don't bring your kids to Pride because they'll see two guys.
You can't take your kid to the beach.
You can't take your kid to the beach because you will see a man throw up in a hole.
He dug himself.
Really animalistic. Like a lot of primal instincts kicked in there for you.
I honestly forgot about that entire, like, I think I, like, no joke, like, blocked it from my memory for a long time because I was talking.
Yeah, it's really disgusting.
I was talking to my buddy about it, and I was just like, it like clicked that
yeah.
Because I think we were talking about,
it's kind of like you're Vietnam.
We were talking
it comes back.
Ah!
Yeah, you'll just be drinking at the bar, and you're like, yeah, I killed a man. Part of me on the beach. You stormed the beach.
I stormed the beach, dude.
Wow.
And I also threw up on the drive later too. I thought I was gonna be good because I already threw up, but no, we were driving down windy roads and
yeah,
and you know, it was like the first time where like I was really hanging out with him. We weren't like that close yet.
Yeah,
but I was like the guy at the bar that he worked with that like was most similar to him. Like we both liked rugby and UFC and like hung out and shit.
Yeah.
And and then he was like, that's enough. We'll see how this kid goes. And the first time I hang out with him for real, I'm just like stumbling all over the place. I like fucking threw up. I mean, I don't know. But
yeah.
I feel like that bonded us.
Fun night.
Yeah, no, fun night.
Yo, you got an engaged woman's number.
I got an engaged woman's number.
Dude, when I got a weird one. When I was, I don't think I've ever said this on a podcast, but so when I was 20, I lived in, I had my, I was 20. I moved out of this shitty house with a bunch of guys. So Minneapolis, the Mississippi River divides the downtown and the college town. And I spent some years living in the college town, but there's just a bridge walk over in the downtown. And I used to work at like restaurants and cafes in that downtown. And my little brother, who's a chef in New York, he's a really good bud of mine. You'll meet him eventually. He left to New York he got a job at like a really nice restaurant because he's been cooking since he was like a kid. We all had jobs as children.
Yeah.
I worked at a hardware store and he worked in kitchens when he was like 13, 14.
I was a Little League umpire at 13 years old.
Yeah, you be in the league.
The kids I was umpiring were like in my like middle school. Like
yeah,
they were like they'd see me in class the next day.
Yeah, and like
I would have like maybe I made a bad call.
Yeah, which I'm sure you did.
Oh, dude,
because you're a child.
Getting yelled at by adult men when you're 13 for making a bad call.
Dude, I one time working at this hardware store, I like 16, I like we rent out power washers, you know, for the spring when people really want to clean their driveways in the Midwest. And so I got to put a zin in, get zinned and zaned out. So I learned how to like use it's a motor power washer, you know. And I like show him like where to put the oil and all that shit. And like I run this like a kid is showing a guy like, yeah, it's just how you use it, like in the basement. And then I haul it in his car and I forget to put the oil cap on the lid.
Very good.
Spills over, fucks up his car. Everyone is so pissed at me, but I'm just like, I'm fucking 15, dude.
I'm a child.
Like, what are you? I don't know.
What are you? Shut up,
dude. Anyway, so when I was 20, so my little brother, he had an apartment, and I moved into that apartment I took it over, and it was like this studio right on the Mississippi River, looking at the downtown, and it was like this incredible deal because like we knew someone. Because when you're from the city, it's how people in New York, can you just kind of know someone who like runs the building. Whatever, you have connections, and so I'm paying like $500 a month for a studio, for like a little studio, but with like a balcony, and I just get passed at the club that's across the bridge in the downtown.
That's awesome.
Or not, well, I'm like working the door, but I'm doing spots there a lot because I'm probably like
you just got an in at a club.
I just got an in at a club. I'm like 7 months into comedy, but I'm 20. I can't drink there, so I would like work the door, do my spot, and I'm
And go back outside.
Yeah, and then but then I would walk across the bridge. I would like I had a fake. I could only use it at this like Somali liquor store because my friend's uncle ran the store, so he didn't really give a shit that I. So it was the only. So and that was by the club too. So I could only go to one liquor store in town. So I pick up like a Jose. I was drinking Jose Cuervo Gold a lot at that time.
Jesus Christ, Tommy.
So I do like a 750 of like Jose Cuervo Gold, and I like walk across the bridge, and I'm like just like kind of looking at the Mississippi River. I'm just hanging out on a bench alone, listening to music, and I'm like, damn, dude, life's kind of cool. I'm like introspective, you know. This like 30.
Hold on, being introspective when you're drinking a Jose Cuervo is so funny.
I'm just like, dude, you're like you're a ragtag motherfucker, dude. You're not in college right now.
You're like you're off the beaten path,
right?
You're doing your own thing,
dude. This like 30-year-old woman comes out of a bar, and like sits at like 3 benches next. Also looks at the river. Dude, I just start rizzing. So like I don't even know what I was saying, but I was just like killing it. Anyway, she starts like, I recently told someone this. A 30-year-old woman. Was from New York too. Interesting. She was cool.
The one you're rizzing?
One I'm rizzing. She was living in Minneapolis at the time, from New York, from Brooklyn. And I mean, like, this is like, she might have been like 31. I don't know. This is like crazy. And she starts like drinking with me. And I'm fully like transparent about being 20 years old. And I take her like, there's this like scenic pathway that's closed off at night, obviously, to go down by the river and like look at the dam. You know, it's like a very powerful dam on the Mississippi right there. And like I have this like secret pathway. I'm just like, yeah, I come here all the time. Sometimes just to think. Dude. I don't even know if I said that, but like shit, just as bad.
You might
like
as well
might as well just be like, yeah, I come here to think sometimes at night. Like what? Like literally, like
you come
some
here to
bullshit like that.
Ponder your orb,
dude. It works. She comes over. I have sex with him, and then she tells me after she's engaged, and I was like,
Thomas.
I was like, whoa,
Thomas Bayer.
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, she turned out to be, huh?
What?
Well, she turned out to. You're not gonna believe this. She turned out to be kind of a little crazy.
You don't. The 31-year-old woman who had
sex with a 20-year-old alcoholic,
drinking Jose Cuervo on a bench
by the river
by himself,
alone.
You know, that's crazy. That I feel like that woman probably had like a good sense of judgment before that, but now that you say it, maybe not.
No way, dude. Yeah. And she would like text me and be like, we should be together. And I'm like, what? No. I can't. I mean, another one of those guys. I'm like, what are you? I'm like, no way.
That is for the 20-year-old to be like, that's insane.
I was like, this decision that you're making right now is wild. Yeah, she was cool though.
Yes, I mean, sometimes chicks are just cool.
Yeah, she was all right.
They might not be smart or have good judgment.
She took me to a bar the day I turned 21. I remember we went to a bar together.
Oh, so you guys hooked up multiple times then?
We hooked up, and then like a week later, I started dating my now ex for 6 years. That was like my last. But she was like nuts.
That's honestly how you should like kick it off before like a long-term relationship. I wish there was a way to know where you could just like, all right. Like God comes down and goes, in the next couple months, you're going to settle into something.
And she always wanted to keep going down at night by that spot.
That's insane.
Yeah. She wanted to like do like fucking like rascal, like juvenile shit.
So let me.
And I'm like, I don't know. Come on. We're inside tonight.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, what does she do? What does this woman do outside of.
What was her job?
Yeah. Anything.
She was a massage therapist.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was like a super hot job.
Yeah. Was she good with her hand? Like, was there time?
Yeah, she was very attractive. She just was like kind of
a little insane.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something really funny?
Sure.
It's fine. Whatever.
Okay.
This
secret podcast.
This
secrets.
Relax. Nobody tell.
Yeah.
Just be cool. my
Those are the best podcasts when you're just like, don't tell anybody.
please
If you're listening to
be-
this, don't tell
everyone
anybody.
just relax. But my friend recently told me something really cool. This girl that I like had a fat crush on. We like kind of talked in high school, but nothing really ever came of it.
Oh.
She apparently like earlier this year was at my friend's place and told him that she was like really into like tarot cards.
Yeah.
And Ethan has a really good video, reel TikTok about tarot cards.
Well, when girls are like, I'm into tarot cards, you just go, oh, cool. But if like one of my buddies was like, I'm doing tarot cards, I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Ethan has a really
girls
funny...
get to do a little magic.
Yeah, no, girls, sure. Ethan has a video where it's essentially like, yeah, I pulled the death card, which means that like there's about to be some big change in my life. And then I pulled the next card and it was sex with your dad. Which is just like
Ethan.
Awesome. Ethan, very good. You're a good boy. Very good, Ethan. You said sex with your dad.
Sex with your dad. It's a perfect thing to say. It's always
very
funny.
good.
It's always funny.
And then it goes like it. But then I thought like maybe I don't have to, so I pulled the next card, and it's just it's the same guy with sunglasses going like, you have to. And he's like, if anyone has like a potion or a spell that they could give me, please send it to me. He sends that to her, thinking that it'll be like light, fun. They were just hanging out like a few weeks before.
Yeah, that's like a good move.
And like, it's not like overtly like anti-tarot. You're taking tarot cards and going, oh, what if it said sex with your dad?
Yeah, what if it was crazy?
And she blocked him immediately and just never.
Oh, that's no fun.
Just like,
well, that's good on Ethan. Then he should make that video as a reel. We should contact him. That's like a funny.
No, it is a reel.
Oh, he made the reel and then sent it to her.
The reel, the TikTok is just out there.
Oh, okay.
I sent it to my friend just because I was like, this is funny. He sent that to her, thinking like, oh, tarot card.
Oh, yeah, check this out.
This is
okay. I thought he made it specifically for her.
No. This is just like, this is funny. And she just no.
Yeah. Well, that's good. She it wouldn't have ever.
But
it was not meant to be.
It honestly made me sad that she like couldn't.
Yeah, that she can't. She's not open enough.
She just can't be cool.
I like how you're open to the world of magic, but you're not open to the world of jokes of having sex with your dad. Kind of closed off to me, honestly. If you
sorry,
you think it'd be both.
You think you could handle?
You want to live in a whimsical world where magic exists, but you don't want to be one where it's funny to have sex with your dad?
You can't just have a little sex with your dad.
Okay, you sound like a Republican to me.
Yeah. They're taking it away from us. They're taking sex with our dads away from us.
Yeah, man. Astrology's getting it's getting a lot, man. Maybe it's just because we live in Brooklyn, but it's like every woman.
You know what's funny? My sweet never mind. A girl that I know. And had her friends.
Yeah.
And they're not from New York. They're from outside of New York.
Mm-hmm.
And I joked. They were asking me like, so tell us about you. And I was like, oh, I work at a restaurant. I do comedy. I'm a Gemini. Trying to like, sort of like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And she just goes, I have no idea what that means.
So that
and
gives me.
It sucked for me in the moment, but I was like, neither do I. I just say it because it means something to people here.
Yeah.
But it was such a relief to be like, oh, I guess I don't have to. She goes, yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, girls they're like, girls in Brooklyn are like Jehovah's Witness with astrology.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you hear about the good
Do you hear about the good news? Mercury.
Mercury's back.
It's something. It's Gatorade.
I don't know.
Mercury's Gatorade, baby. And I'm like, oh God, okay, yeah. Whenever a girl's talking to me about astrology, though, I do always go, wow, you're so hot.
I think so too.
I go, anything you say, so
good,
so great,
so beautiful.
You're beautiful.
I love you.
I love you so much.
I love you so much.
Yeah.
I love a sweet baby girl.
So I got a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this while years I used to work under this chef years ago. He's a great chef. He does private
gigs,
cooking gigs. I'm gonna spill his beans a little bit, but he didn't tell me not to say this.
Okay.
But he doesn't. But what he didn't realize is that I go on podcasts and I run my fucking mouth about stuff.
We're just guys having fun. We're allowed to say whatever we want as long as we're.
I'm not saying anything.
We're in a basement.
I'm not gonna say anything incriminating. You know, I'm not gonna say his name or whatever. You know. But I am gonna say a lot. So, so he over the summer he was away. He was working at a should I say the location? It's very rich. Martha's Vineyard.
Okay, that's vague enough.
I'm already gonna go into very specifics.
Yeah, that's.
He was the
Martha's Vineyard's a big enough. There's people shit happens there.
He was the Okay, I don't whatever. And I don't know why I like hesitated on that. I had like reservations about that, but he was the private chef for the Rothschilds.
Okay, that's something you might want to. Oh, whatever. Okay, let it rip.
Private chef for the Rothschilds. Served the Clintons hang out there all the time.
Of course.
All summer he was making food for the Clintons. Rothschilds and Clintons. Rothschilds who own the global economy.
Mm-hmm.
Who run the bank.
Just a ragtag group.
Just a ragtag group of guys.
Just a couple of kids.
Them and Hillary and Bill Clinton hung out with them all summer. And he was like, you know, he's running the kitchen, you know.
It's got to be weird. Those got to be weird guys.
Dude, he served like Hillary like 4 martinis one night.
That's got to be a mess.
Do you know what he says?
What?
She's fun.
Yeah, damn. I bet she is.
She's hilarious. She's hilarious. She's like
hilarious.
Hilarious.
Damn.
She's a good time. Bill Clinton, he's a late night snacker. Imagine you're cleaning up this huge estate kitchen at night.
Mm.
You just see old Bill coming down.
Hey, what's up?
All right, we got any more those deviled eggs in the fridge?
You got any Reese's Pieces?
Any Reese's Pieces in the fridge?
Oh, I love Reese's.
Imagine looking them in the face and making them eggs.
I think, you know, something I honestly do whenever I'm around like celebrities now, and it happens a little bit more that I work in a restaurant in New York, because I never really, until I moved to New York,
That's insane.
I never really saw public figures.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll just be like waiting on a table and I'll be like, hey, just so you know, this is like a little weird for me.
Yeah.
I'll just like, I'll address it.
Like any celebrities?
Yeah, there was like, you know who, you probably, Lauren Compton.
No.
She has one of the podcasts.
I just know.
She has one of the podcasts under like Your Mom's House. She works like under that sort of Tom Segura, Jaquina Spazitsky network. She came in with her boyfriend, and like 2 minutes in, I felt like she kind of recognized that I recognized her, and I just like halfway through the meal, I'm just like,
that's good.
Yeah, just I let it be known. I was like, cool. I gave them like recommendations for like different restaurants to go to, but then I was just like,
I would serve Shawn Mendes a lot. He comes to the bathhouse.
Shawn Mendes?
Yeah. But all right, I work at a restaurant and a spa.
I think you've already mentioned it. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But I think that's my thing now, because I've served George R.R. Martin.
Mm-hmm.
I just ignore him, like because he doesn't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
He's like no, he's like not about it. He had a woman who was like his, I think, girlfriend / assistant. It's pretty sick.
I think
I've talked about it.
You just mean a girlfriend? Because he's supposed to be doing some damn stuff.
Can I say though, it was the perfect girlfriend for George R.R. Martin to have. 6'2", gorgeous woman.
How tall is he?
5'4".
Sweet.
Yeah, very sick. Gorgeous woman. Looked like Bushwick Velma.
Nice.
She had like an orange turtleneck on, a weird beanie. and so nice, but spoke for him during the meal.
Mm-hmm.
And then like people would like try and go up to him because they recognized him, and then she'd go, "Excuse me, George isn't talking to anyone right now." And then she would hand them like a Game of Thrones like memorabilia,
Wow.
and then like to go away. And then like I just want to. And she goes, "George isn't talking to anyone right now."
Nice.
Sort of just like as an AI, sort of like, oh, that's not happening.
Wow.
And it was really cool to see. One, because you see like that kind of intense fandom.
Uh-huh.
But I think if I was like with a Hillary or Bill, at one point I'd be
it's Hillary and Bill Clinton.
I'd be like, guys,
dude,
this is also kind of fucking me up right now.
Obama's estate is Obama also has an estate. Everyone has an estate there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Obama's chef, his private chef, dies this summer. This is public domain. Obama posted it on his Instagram story. Do you know how he dies? Drowns in a kayak at 8 p.m. during dinner, when dinner is supposed to be. Obama even posted on his Instagram story a picture of him with the chef, like, "I'll miss you so much, Jeremy," whatever his fucking name. You know?
Sure.
Who's
kayaking at 8 p.m.?
Who's kayaking during service? What's that? And this happened over the summer. And I think the guy I know kind of knew the guy. And I'm like, and I was like, "Are you scared?" And he's like, I mean,
yes, I am scared. I know. That's why
drowns.
I don't like it.
You just know Obama's just like, yeah. So we're so I'm gay.
So the dinner is over.
And then he probably heard some stuff.
Fuck, I don't. Yeah, I never want to work.
They put a bullet in that guy's head and send him out in the water.
God, can you imagine if I fucking died over this podcast? if they fucking find out that
you're a little scared now.
A little bit. But no, but
that's why I'm telling listeners you gotta shut the fuck up about this.
This is what I was telling you about, that one day we got beers where we're a different kind of Irish than Dan Toomey is.
Dan Toomey's like, he's a Kennedy.
Yeah, because no, I literally told you he's the kind of Irish that like wants more Catholics in office. And we're just like two guys,
right,
who 40 years ago we should have worked a union job, hated ourselves, and died at 60 from a heart attack.
Exactly. Which is how all of my relatives have died.
Yeah, and that's the kind of Irish. We're just guys.
Yeah. My great grandfather drank himself to death in a city in a night.
Awesome. Rock and roll. That guy's rock and roll.
One night. He just 86'd himself.
My grandpa died. He towards the end of his life.
Assassinated?
Oh, fucking dude. I actually will talk about assassinations versus murder in a second.
Yeah.
My grandpa died in between Guinnesses. So like,
isn't that how everybody dies though? I mean, really, don't we always just exist in a state of in between Guinnesses?
In between again, yeah.
You know,
fucking. But no, because like later in his life, the whole thing was like you get one, like because like I think he died at like 83.
Yeah.
The whole thing was like you only get one, and on today he had good behavior, and I think he was gonna get a second, and then as they're like coming to bring him another one, he's
at the bar.
No, this is at home.
Oh,
he's just like in his chair.
Yeah,
someone peacefully just goes.
Great.
I could not want anything better for that guy.
Well, he lived by his philosophy. You only get one.
Yeah, fucking. Well, no, he lived his life. I mean, unfortunate, for better or for worse, he lived his life between Guinnesses.
Yeah, he did.
Life happens between Guinnesses.
Between two Guinnesses.
Dude, we should fucking write a commercial for them. This is poetic.
Yeah, you got Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis.
Between two Guinnesses.
Between two Guinnesses.
Oh, but assassination versus murder.
Oh, interesting.
So I've had this debate with people before.
What
so assassination is always some sort of like you have to have some sort of prestige. There has to be like either politics or money involved. It has to be like a murder of esteem. And then I was talking to people where it's like, well, what counts as assassination attempt versus like a murder? And the whole thing is like, well, you know, an assassination is the goal of killing with like disrupting something, but really any
but
murder,
status is involved.
Yeah, but really
status
but
is
really any
separates
murder,
what a murder is and an assassination
for sure. But we were like going down the line. So you're like, if a president is like trying to get like if people trying to kill a president, that's an assassination attempt, of course.
Yeah, but where's the line? Where
That's what I'm
where
saying.
does it become murder?
It's different for different people.
Yeah,
I'm like, the mayor of New York City, that's probably an assassination attempt. The mayor of Des Moines, Iowa, maybe.
I think if you're mayor, it's still assassination. Oh yeah, I don't know.
Are you giving the mayor of St. Helena, California, an assassination? I think that's just a murder.
What about celebrity?
So it depends. I think.
Does celebrity get is that assassination? Is assassination only applicable to?
I don't think it's just politics. Because I think if you were,
the Pope could get assassinated.
The Pope could get it, but the Pope is kind of a politician.
True.
There is politics at play there.
Right. Right. Where? How? Okay. Okay. So religious leaders, politicians,
some celebrities, I'd say so.
Do CEOs?
Industry, I think, and like an industry leader for sure.
Like, can Brad Pitt get assassinated, or does Brad Pitt just be murdered? Like, what's the definition?
Was John Lennon murdered or was he assassinated?
I don't know how people. What did the news headline read? Was it John Lennon is assassinated? Because I can see that.
I could see it. But John Lennon feels like an assassination, but only because of like the level of like prestige that he has.
That's how you know you made it.
Once it crosses over to a no, for sure.
When you die and it's an assassination,
no, absolutely.
That's how you know you're doing pretty well.
I think
I'm trying to get assassination money.
Yeah, I'm trying to blow up to the point where I'm assassinated, not murdered.
Yeah, exactly. I have that target on my head.
I think if Zuckerberg was to have someone try and kill him, I think that's an assassination. I think he's meddling with too much stuff.
Does the way you go have to, like, okay, so say like just a president dies because like, or a politician dies, maybe they're like their husband or wife kills them, and like a act of,
right,
that's a murder. That's not in an act of violent passion. You stab your husband, who is a congressman. Who
cheated on you,
did something. Is that a murder or an assassination? That's I would say murder.
I would say murder. But
you're still killing a guy who's got assassination status.
It's
thought provoking.
No,
listeners, write in.
Yeah, no, this is honestly like one of my favorite topics, just because there is such a gray area in it. I think so. Yeah, I think as the assassination has to do with external disruption. I think that has to be a part of it.
There's got to be maybe assassination. There's got to be political motivation. But if you assassinate your restaurant manager because you want to assume the position, that's political motivation.
But then you also look at like what an assassin is.
Maybe an assassin is calculated and murder is
but murders are calculated.
Murders are calculated.
First degree.
Second degree.
That's what I'm saying.
Third.
Manslaughter. I don't think there's a third degree murder.
It'd be so funny to run the president over with like a car.
I mean,
like killing the president with
at that point, that's just the Secret Service not taking care of business. If I can drive a Camry up to the president,
renting it from Enterprise,
yeah.
You drive a Hyundai Sonata.
That would.
Are we gonna get demonetized for this?
That's not something I have to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know half the back half of the episode we're talking about like politicians, celebrities.
Does Shawn Mendes get assassinated or murdered? Because I know that guy. He's weird too, by the way.
He
acts like a Disney Channel character
all the time. I feel like people get stuck in that.
Yeah, he's like stuck in like Disney brain. He's like he'll be like at the bathhouse. Like I was like bathhousing with him. So hot, by the way.
I mean, he's a gorgeous little man.
He's tall.
No, but like little in the sense that he's a Disney character.
He's Disney, yeah. But he's like kind of like an Adonis. I mean, he's like 6'3".
Sure.
I'm 6 feet, and I was standing next to him, and he's got like a swimmer's.
Yeah, he's svelte.
Yeah. But he's like in like the cold pool at the spa, and I might be getting a little drunk, and he's like because he's got like a posse. These guys all got posses, and he's like, come on, Jason, get in the cold plunge. It's not even that bad.
I would freak out if someone,
if
anyone talked.
Him and I were in the sauna together. I was reading my book, and he's just like, "What are you reading?" He's like, "Are you sure the pages don't get too messed up?" And he's like so hot, by the way, where like I'm like nervous. Also, he got locked out of his locker, and then he knew I worked there, and he's like figuring it out, like finagling it, and he's like, cramp. And I'm like, and we're both in our boxers, and I'm just like, "You locked out, man?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think I just locked myself out." And I'm like, "It's all good, man. I'll get the key. I work here." And he's like, "Oh, thanks, dude. You're the best." And I'm like, "I will fucking suck you off right now." Like, I will have sex. If he asked me to come back to his place, I get it. I get the temptation. I think this powerful celebrities have.
That's like a story for Twitter, man.
Oh,
I feel like the Twitter would have a field day with
the Shawn Mendes thing.
Yeah, the allegations,
dude. He's just like, oh, and I like get him out of his locker, and he's just like, "Dude, thanks, bro." Like fist bumps me, and I'm just like, "Is this gonna happen right now? Like, are we gonna fuck?"
You got to make eye contact a little too long.
See dude, I was like literally sweating.
Mm-hmm.
That he's that good looking.
Yeah, no, I mean that happens sometimes.
Yeah, like I'm gay. I'm gay for Shawn Mendes.
I was talking to my friend.
Also, one time I watched, he made one of those like Justin Bieber documentaries, like Believe.
Oh, right.
Shit. Like it's on Netflix. One time I was like hammered. I put it on, and dude, I cried the whole thing. I was like hammered, like, damn, dude, bro really does work really hard to perform in Brazil for 50,000 people. I was crying. He like sent out a tweet. He's like, "I'm sorry, I can't make the show tonight. I have a sore throat." And he's like crying because he's like let all of his fans down, and I'm like weeping with him. And then he comes in the bathhouse, and I'm just like, dude, you work so hard for your fans.
I got mad respect.
You truly love all of them. You're not lying. I don't care that you're 12 years old in your brain.
Yeah, no. So I was talking.
I will let you hit back shots on me. I will let you clap my cheeks.
I will absolutely let you destroy me.
Mr. Shawn Mendes, you can clap my cheeks any day.
Whatever, man. It happens.
Whatever, man. It happens. You can let Shawn Mendes fucking hit.
But I was talking to my friends about, because I think there's a thing where, whether it's celebrity or I've even said it with where kids are too good at sports too young.
Baby Gronk.
Baby, sure. They get into like this like
committed to LSU.
They get into this like celebrity mode way too early.
Yeah.
Like I've known kids who are like 14 and can just throw an 80-mile-per-hour fastball.
Oh yeah, my friends were kids. They were like dunking.
For sure. They some switches where if you can hit someone too hard, jump too high, throw a ball too fast,
yeah,
you go, I gotta tighten shit up. I can't be silly anymore.
Right.
And they start talking in just normal conversation like it's a press conference.
Do you hear? It's weird seeing like a college athlete who's like 19 and they're like a star athlete and they like speak like
a
they
politician.
speak like Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
They all talk. They all have like.
But it's not real.
I know, but it is a little jarring seeing like a kid, because I talk like a fucking moron. And
but you've always talked like a moron.
I have, yeah.
It's authentic. It's real.
It's true. Yeah, I'm true to myself.
You get introspective on Jose Cuervo. That's the guy you are.
Yeah, it's so sick that I did that.
That's
fucking
honestly phenomenal.
Yeah, it is weird. What's weird, okay, so this is where my Instagram like algorithm is right now. It's all like top high school prospect athletes. And I'm like it knows that I'm like and I'm 27.
You're so invested in.
And I go on Instagram
future.
right before I go to bed, and I'm just like in my bed, like drunk, like, damn, dude, Cooper Flagg's really fucking putting in work.
He's not like the other
dude. There's this kid Cooper Flagg from Maine. He's like this like 6'8", 6'9" white boy, and he's so nice with it. And I'm so like,
he's 16 years old.
He's like maybe 17, 18.
Okay. That's cool.
He's so good.
Yeah.
And I watch his clips. I watch this kid's clips.
It's insane the kind of like social economy that like social media has given like 16, 17-year-old basketball.
It'd be funny to be like a group of guys like into like little league baseball.
Dude,
you get like a fantasy league.
A lot of the guys that I played rugby with.
I'm talking like fifth grade. Like you're like, dude, I got a lot of money riding on the blue team this year.
I'm not joking. I know kids or adult men now.
Adult guys
that bet on the Little League World Series. Like unabashed, they're like, I was talking to Ryan Thomas about it. It was like the second episode I ever did with this.
Yeah.
But it's like they love the rush of betting on a Little League World Series because you know nothing. You just see a crop of children and you're like, they're nice.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
I got a lot riding on Skylar.
Dude, you're just like, and I think the example I used with Ryan was just like, I think the Japanese 12-year-olds got it this year. Mm-hmm. I think Japan's just got
they do always throw, yeah.
And some of those Japanese 12-year-olds are nice.
Dude, I had a buddy, my next door neighbor got on the Little League World Series, and it was like huge for the neighborhood.
Yeah.
When he was like 12. We saw him, Shane. Shout out Shane Early.
One of our teams in Napa made it to the regionals of the West.
Yeah.
We got third place in like what would have gone on to like play in the Little League World Series. And that team won it all.
The Little League World Series.
Whatever, dude. We're out of time anyway. We're sick as hell.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's it, right, Maxim? Yep.
Oh wow, flies by.
Yeah. Anything you want to say?
No.
We support all politicians.
Yeah, we support politicians, and no one did anything bad.
Nope. Thank you. I love you. Goodbye.
Thank you.